So if you see me reading, then you will understand why my luscious legs are on show. Hey Mom, it's Sarah and this is Child's Play. So, my friends, this month of July I have been reading Girls on the Verge by Sharon Beeks-Waller. What an interesting and mind-blowing book we have here. Over the course of the month, or 3 reading sessions, because I only decided on this video idea like halfway through the holidays, so that was like the middle of July. So, the Novels and Tea project, or the Novelty project. So my idea behind the project is to have novels and tea and read and bring you guys with me, and then once I've read the book of the month, once I've gone through, I want to pass the book forward. Whether it was good or not, I want to share book love. I want to put more reading into the world, especially about sexual health books and books about sexuality or sexology. I want to put that more into the world. So the idea is every month I'll read a book about sex and relationships or sexuality or gender, and then pass it on to you guys. Hopefully we'll see how we go. So this month I read Girls on the Verge, and what a crazy ride. But before I get into the summary of the book, I want to take you guys on my reading journey, so here we go. Before I go, there are some spoilers in my read-along journey, so if you don't want this book to be spoiled for you, I'm going to leave a time code right here for you to jump to so you can have an unspoiled summary. Alright, now really, let's go. I would start reading my July's Novel and Tea book, which is Girls on the Verge by Sharon Beeks-Waller. Let me have a look. Can't read it, the font's a bit weird. Sharon Beeks-Waller, yes, it is Sharon Beeks-Waller. So yeah, this book, I have a feeling that I'm going to like it. I know it's silly to make assumptions or put your expectations too high, but one of my friends in my sexology course, she read it and posted it on her Insta. She did a little bit a spiel about it. Basically, it's about a girl. She, like the character in the main book, apparently, she knows she wants to go places, so she wants to get an abortion. But unfortunately, she lives in Texas. So the story, I believe, is a little bit about that. And that feels like it's on my level. I feel like I'm gonna like it. But anyway, this little vlog thing is going to be me starting the book, reading it, and afterwards I'll give you guys a little bit of a feedback on what I've read, like the first 10 pages. Well, the first chapter. Let's go for the first chapter. Okay, I'm gonna start randomly and I'm gonna start reading. See you guys soon. So I just finished the first chapter and Waffle's here to join me. She broke loose her chain while I was reading that first chapter. So the first chapter really set the scene. Kind of pumped to know a little bit more. We met a couple of characters, Annabelle and Bee. I really vibe with Annabelle. She seems really, really cool. She's the one that's currently driving the main character, Camille. I didn't even introduce the main character. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the main character is Camille, and her friend, it seems her newly found friend, Annabelle, is driving them to Mexico to get these abortion pills. And I'm really vibing with Annabelle. I don't know what the author intended her to look like, but in my head, she looks like that actress that plays the Black Mirror that Miley Cyrus stars in, the punk goth sister. She reminds me of her, and in my head that's what she looks like. She's really like, yes, this is what you should have, you have a choice kind of thing. She even has a Wendy Davis shirt. So in the start of the book, it talks a little bit about Wendy Davis, who talked for, I don't know how long, one moment, talk amongst yourselves. Texas Senator Wendy Davis stands in her pink sneakers holding a 13-hour filibuster to block Senate Bill 5, which restricts abortion access in the state. The bill bans abortions after 20 weeks, requires clinics to meet the same requirements as surgical centers, requires the clinic's doctors to have hospital admitting privileges, and requires a revisit to the doctor 14 days after medical abortion. She succeeds. Now, that was on June 25th, 2013, but as of June 24, which it says at the bottom of the page, as of this date, only 19 abortion clinics remain open for the entire 269,000 square miles that make up Texas, populated by more than 5 million women of reproductive age. Wow, that's crazy. I don't even have any words right now. I don't even know what to think about that. I don't know. As we go through this book journey together, I might have more thoughts, but that's where I'm at the moment, and that's where I'm going to leave you guys. I've just come out to read some of Girls on the Verge, and I'll let you know how it goes. I've just been reading for the last hour. I have smashed out a fair bit of the book. I'm at page 82, so almost halfway, and a lot of stuff has happened. She's talked about this boy that she's interested in, Leo. He's really cute and he's French and he's sweet. And originally I thought he might be the father of said baby, but he is a different boy. How Camille got pregnant was she had an encounter with a guy, came into her workplace regularly, and she took quite a liking to him. Camille wanted to feel grown up, so she had sex for the first time, and it was awkward as first time sex is, and she got pregnant. It also talks about what was horrible and my heart was breaking. When she found out she was pregnant, she was sobbing on the floor. I just wanted to reach inside the book and just hug the poor girl. I was almost in tears. There's another part of the book where she goes into what she thinks is an abortion clinic, but is actually a Christian service that is trying to dissuade her from having an abortion, and it's a horrible experience. Like, shaming her, and they're absolutely horrible to this poor girl who just wants to live her life and go on and do great things like all people should. It's heartbreaking to read. But where I'm at to now, also I forgot, so they're on their way to Mexico, Annabelle, B and Camille, and they stop at a gas station and they run into these awful guys who start harassing them and trying to pick them up, and when they refuse multiple times, they get in their cars and chase them and run them off the road, which is insane. What? Anyway, so where I'm at the moment is they're still on their way to the border, and that's where I've left it for now. So I'll leave it there for now, and I'll see you guys next time. I apologize if there's wind going on around right now. It is a little bit breezy today, but the sun is beautiful. I'm squinting a little bit as well because I'm facing directly into it, but then hopefully you should see me read beautifully lit, maybe. I don't know. So let's just get straight into it. Okay, so the thing that stood out to me most was she went to the pharmacy, and the pharmacist was the biggest asshole. He was like, where are your parents? If my daughters did this, I would want to know about it, and why are you having sex? And it's honestly wasn't any of his business, but because Camille is 17 years old, she can't defend herself, especially to this medical professional. And like, why should she? I get so angry about it. Anyway, the pharmacist won't give her the pregnancy test, so this is how she meets Annabelle, because Annabelle is one of the sales assistants. So she steals the pregnancy test for her and promptly gets fired from her job. It's how they meet each other, like officially. Camille knew Annabelle previously, but like through plays, and they weren't friends before. So this is how they got Annabelle to drive. And then she also discusses her ringing Annabelle and her meeting up and them offering to drive each other, and B finding out, being really upset. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Oh, alright, it's actually so warm today. It's crazy. It's like the middle of winter. It's 28th of July in the middle of Australia. We should be in winter. It's 17 degrees. What? We're in the southern hemisphere. Anyway, so if you see me reading, then you will understand why my luscious legs are on show. First things first, I'm going to apologize for my voice. I am slightly losing it because school's back, and also too, I think I'm getting strep throat, so that's why we got a little bit of a raspy, sexy man situation going on right now. But the sun is out and it's beautiful lighting, and I just can't resist reading out in the forest today, so that's why we're here. I have a little story for you guys. On my way out here, I was like, I'm gonna have lunch, so I brought my soup. I warmed it up a little bit before I came, and I warmed it up and it was still warm when I got it. I realized I got it all the way here and I didn't bring a spoon. How am I gonna eat my soup without a spoon, Sarah? I used my creative senses, and I had a reusable straw in my backpack. It wasn't the best situation. I don't recommend eating a chunky vegetable soup with a straw, but at least my tummy is full and I am ready for some more reading. So today I'm going to try and finish off this book because it's July's book and we're almost at the end of July. Like, I think I've got like 2 or 3 days left. Is there 30 or 31 days in July? Anyway, I digress. Gotta finish this book before July, so please join me. Let's try this again. I thought I just recorded this, but apparently not. I looked in my photos app and it's not there, so we're gonna do it again. I really enjoyed it. I really did. I do have a few qualms with it, but I did really enjoy it. So what happened in this last 100 pages that I just read? Let me do a quick TLDR for you, because I think it's gonna rain. They got to the border and they found the pills in Mexico, and they took them for some reason, whether the pills were fake or not. They didn't work. Through a series of events, Annabelle got arrested, which was crazy, but also they ended up going to New Mexico and she ended up having an aspiration, the vacuum abortion. And then they come home and the ending is Camille telling her mother, or it's implied that she tells her mother, because she goes, "Mum, I need to tell you something," and that's where they leave the book. But yeah, I really enjoyed the book, and I will see you guys tomorrow or in a couple of days, or for you guys like right now. Alright, as you can see, it was a ride. I have some notes. Your girl has some thoughts. Okay, straight off the bat, as I said last time, parts of it were utterly heartbreaking. I really did enjoy this book. However, I feel like there were parts of the story that were missing. There's parts of the story that were skipped over that I really would have loved to be fleshed out. And I know it's supposed to be a quick read. I know it's not supposed to be an easy read, but a quicker kind of read. But I still feel like there's parts of the story that could have been fleshed out a little bit more. Like Annabelle, I had a lot of questions about Annabelle, and I know it was kind of semi-explained why she was there, but it still felt like she was a little bit out of place in the story. And even now that I think about it, even B a little bit, it felt like the girls, like if some of the stuff that B said to me, if it was me and Camille's situation and B was still saying the stuff that she was saying, I don't know if I would let her off that easy. So I feel like in the story, those things were kind of brushed or glossed over for it to be a happy ending at the end. Another issue that I had with the story was, especially towards the end of the book, problems seemed to be inorganic. So there's a bite. It felt like the author wanted to get through all these problems with the Texas laws, and I appreciated that, but it felt like she was just like, oh, and this is a part of, and this is a problem with the Texas law, like the court order stuff. It was like, oh, if you want to try and get your parents' permission, if you can't get your parents' permission to get an abortion, you can go through the court and you can bypass parent approval to get through it. And that was chucked into like chapter 26 or 27 as a flashback, but it just seemed like, oh, you were saying that Camille didn't have a lot of time to get this abortion, and then all of a sudden she had time to go to the court and like talk to a judge about getting her parents' permission. Like, it just seemed, I don't know, really inorganic. But that's just me. That's just how I felt. And I want this to be a discourse. So if you've read the book or you want to read the book, let me know what you think, and let's have a little debate in the comments, of course, because I want to know what you guys think. Anyway, so my final quickie take. This book, and I'm going to rate it on a scale of waffles because my dog is my favorite thing, and even though the poor puppy's broken her leg at the moment, poor baby, my puppy is my most treasured favorite thing in the entire world. So I'm going to use her as a symbol for how much I love a book. So we're going to do it out of 5 waffles. So I'm going to give this book, Girls on the Verge, I'm going to give it 3.75 waffles because it was good. I enjoyed the message, but yeah, it was a little bit of inorganic at points, but still an enjoyable read. To get a copy of this book through the Novelty project, to pay it forward, what I would like you to do is just leave a comment and just tell me something fun about your life. Tell me whether you had a good day or why you want this book. I don't really mind. I would love constructive feedback, but if that's not what you want to do, you do you, boo. I want you to tell me something about you. I'm looking forward to paying this book forward because it was an enjoyable book. Definitely need more of these books in the world. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it for today. As for this video, like it if you like it, subscribe it if you vibe it, and until next time.